Have you ever had one of those moments where your vision goes fuzzy for just a second? Maybe you stand up too fast and feel the world tilt slightly to one side. Or maybe you've seen it happen to someone you love. They pause, blink, steady themselves on a chair, then laugh it off and say, "I'm fine, it's nothing." But deep down, something inside you wonders, was it really nothing? Because here's the thing, strokes rarely come out of nowhere. What feels like sudden is often your body's quiet way of saying, "I'm struggling to keep balance." The problem is, most people never hear that whisper, until it becomes a scream. Now, imagine if you could understand those whispers, if you could give your brain a 10-second daily signal that says, "You're safe. You're calm. You're in control." Not a pill, not a machine, just a simple habit that anyone, at any age, can do right at home. It sounds almost unbelievable, doesn't it? But in Japan, one of the world's oldest living surgeons has taught this very practice to generations of seniors. He's well past 100 years old, still sharp, still steady, still teaching, and what he reveals about this tiny muscle inside your mouth might change the way you think about brain health forever. Because what if the secret to protecting yourself from stroke wasn't in your heart, or your blood pressure, but in a forgotten connection between your tongue and your nervous system? Today, you're going to learn something most doctors never explain. Why stroke risk actually begins in the nervous system long before it reaches your arteries. How this small 10-second tongue trick can reactivate your body's natural protection switch. And how 3 gentle daily habits can restore calm, balance, and clarity, the kind your brain depends on to stay strong. So before we dive in, let's make this a shared moment. Comment, "I'm here for brain health," if you're ready to protect your mind, your memory, and your calm for years to come. And don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Wisdom, where science meets lived experience, and where every week, we uncover gentle ways to help your body age with strength, steadiness, and peace. There's a man in his early 70s. He's disciplined, wakes up early every morning, takes a brisk walk around the block, eats healthy meals, and checks his blood pressure from time to time. His friends admire him. They say, "You're doing great for your age." But one morning, something happens. As he walks to the kitchen, he feels a strange wave, a quick rush in his head, a second of dizziness. He grips the counter until it passes. Then he shrugs it off. "Just stood up too fast," he says to himself. A few days later, he feels it again, this time on the stairs. His balance slips for half a second. Again, he ignores it. Because everything else seems fine. And then, one morning, his wife hears a crash. He's on the floor, eyes open but not responding. It's a stroke. It feels sudden, but the truth is, it wasn't. The body had been whispering for weeks. His nervous system, that delicate network of signals connecting his brain, heart, and blood vessels, had already started to lose its rhythm. You see, strokes don't just begin in the arteries. They begin when communication inside your body breaks down. When your brain sends a message and the heart doesn't quite respond in sync. When your body can't calm itself the way it used to. It's like an orchestra that's slowly losing its conductor. Each section might still play, but without rhythm, without coordination, the music turns into noise. That's what happens inside the aging nervous system. The signals that tell your blood vessels when to tighten or relax begin to weaken. The cues that balance your pressure, control your breathing, steady your heart, start to fall out of tune. And what's dangerous is, most people don't notice. Because the first signs are quiet. A moment of fogginess, a brief loss of balance, maybe a heart flutter you can't explain. Tiny things. Easy to dismiss. We've been taught that stroke risk is only about clogged arteries or cholesterol numbers. And while those matter, they're just the surface. Because what controls those numbers, what tells your blood pressure when to rise or fall, is your brainstem, the silent command center inside you. Over time, as we age, stress, lack of movement, even worry, they all press on that system like static on a radio. The signal weakens. The rhythm falters. And then one day, that static becomes silence. But here's the part most people never hear: you can bring that rhythm back. You can reteach your nervous system to communicate clearly again. It doesn't happen through force. It doesn't happen through another pill or a complex workout. It happens through awareness, through gentle, consistent signals that remind your body what calm feels like. When you breathe slowly and deeply, when you notice tension and let it soften, you're already beginning that process. You're giving your body a simple message: we're safe. You can relax. And that message travels through your entire system. Your heart rate slows, your vessels loosen, your brain receives more oxygen. It's subtle, but it's powerful. That's why the simplest daily habits often make the biggest difference. Because they speak the body's language, softly, patiently, without fear. And that brings us to something remarkable, something Japan's oldest practicing surgeon has taught for decades. It's small. It takes just 10 seconds. But it has the power to reawaken your body's natural calm, and restore the rhythm your nervous system depends on. Let's talk about that next. Now, let's travel for a moment to Japan. There's a surgeon there, one of the oldest still practicing in the world. Over 100 years old, and yet his hands remain steady. His eyes still sharp. His mind, clear as morning light. When people ask him for his secret, he doesn't talk about expensive supplements or complicated diets. He smiles, that calm, knowing kind of smile, and says, "I move my tongue every day." It sounds strange at first. Almost too simple to believe. But this small, daily habit, something you can do right now, sitting wherever you are, is one of the reasons he still performs surgery past a century of life. You see, this gentle movement isn't just an exercise. It's communication, between your brain and your body. Here's how it works. The moment you press your tongue softly to the roof of your mouth, just behind your upper front teeth, you're actually stimulating one of the most important nerves in your body, the vagus nerve. Now, the vagus nerve is like your internal superhighway. It runs from your brainstem all the way down through your neck, chest, and into your abdomen, touching your heart, your lungs, your stomach, even parts of your face. Every message of calm your body ever sends, passes through this nerve. When it's active, your heart rate steadies. Your blood pressure softens. Your breathing deepens. Your brain gets more oxygen. It's the body's way of saying, everything's alright now. But when it's silent, when stress, anxiety, or aging make that signal fade, your body stays on high alert. Your vessels tighten. Your pressure rises. Your nervous system begins to strain. That's when the risk of stroke and heart trouble quietly increases. So what this Japanese doctor discovered, and what he's lived by, is that by simply reawakening that nerve each day, you remind your body how to rest, recover, and stay in sync. Here's how you do it. Step 1, gently press your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Right behind your top front teeth, not hard, just enough to feel a connection. Step 2, inhale slowly through your nose. Feel the air move down your chest, expanding your belly just a little. Step 3, exhale even more slowly through your mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Feel the calm spreading down your spine. Step 4, keep that rhythm for about 10 seconds. That's it. 10 seconds that can change how your brain and body communicate. Now, I know what you might be thinking, can something that simple really make a difference? And honestly, that's what many people think at first. But here's the truth, modern neuroscience has caught up with this old wisdom. Studies now confirm that stimulating the vagus nerve, through breath, gentle pressure, even tongue movement, directly activates your body's parasympathetic system. That's your calm and repair mode. When you engage it, your body stops fighting and starts healing. Blood flow improves. Inflammation lowers. The brain receives a clearer rhythm, and that rhythm is what keeps balance, clarity, and steady circulation alive. It's not magic. It's muscle memory for your brain. Do this once or twice a day, when you wake up, or before bed. Especially during stress. Those moments when your heart races, when you can't fall asleep, or when you just feel off balance, that's when this matters most. Each slow breath, each gentle press of your tongue, tells your brain, we're safe. You can rest now. And with that message, your entire system begins to fall back into harmony. This simple 10-second act, repeated daily, has kept a centenarian surgeon alert, coordinated, and peaceful for decades. It's one of those ancient truths science is finally learning to respect. But here's the part most people overlook. You can amplify this effect even more, with something you already use every single day. Something invisible. Something powerful enough to shape your heart rate, your mood, even your balance. Sound. Yes, sound, the vibration of your own voice, or even the tone of what you listen to, can send signals deep into the same nerve you've just activated. And when combined with the 10-second tongue method, it doesn't just calm your body, it rewires how your nervous system responds to life itself. Let's explore that next. Have you ever caught yourself humming without even realizing it? Maybe while washing dishes, or waiting for the kettle to boil. That quiet, almost automatic sound that just slips out when you feel peaceful or at ease. There's a reason for that. Humming isn't just a habit, it's a built-in healing mechanism. Something your body does when it finally feels safe enough to relax. Now, here's what's fascinating. That same gentle hum, the one that happens naturally when you're calm, actually creates tiny vibrations deep in your chest, throat, and face. Those vibrations travel straight to the vagus nerve, yes, the very same nerve you just awakened with the 10-second tongue technique. Every hum is like a soft massage for your nervous system. When you hum, your sinuses open. Your blood vessels dilate. Your brain receives more oxygen-rich blood. And your body releases a molecule called nitric oxide, one of nature's simplest, yet most powerful, protectors. Nitric oxide helps widen your arteries, relax your blood vessels, and keep your blood flowing freely. It's the body's own way of saying, let the flow return. That's why humming can feel so good. It's not just about sound, it's about rhythm, vibration, and flow. You're literally tuning your body back into harmony. But most people never realize this. They think humming is just something we do out of boredom, or habit. Yet, long before modern science discovered the vagus nerve, both Japanese and Indian healing traditions already knew this truth. In ancient temples, monks would start their day not with silence, but with hums. Deep, resonant tones. They believed it awakens the inner current. And now, neuroscience confirms it, humming synchronizes brain waves, lowers blood pressure, and calms the heartbeat. It's a nervous system exercise that requires no equipment, no medication, just your own voice. So here's what you can try. Find a quiet moment in your day, maybe when you wake up, or just before bed. Close your eyes. Take a slow breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, let out a soft, gentle sound. Not forced. Not loud. Just a low, comfortable hum that you can feel behind your face and chest. Do this for about 1 or 2 minutes. Feel the vibration travel up your throat, around your cheeks, and into your chest. That vibration is your body's reminder that peace still lives there. And as you continue, you'll notice something interesting, your breathing naturally slows, your shoulders drop, and your heartbeat finds a steady rhythm again. That's your nervous system remembering its balance. The more you practice, the faster your body learns to return to calm, even during stress. You might even find yourself humming more often without realizing it, while reading, walking, or waiting in line. That's your body quietly saying, I'm okay. Now imagine combining this with the tongue technique. You're pressing your tongue gently to the roof of your mouth, breathing slowly, and adding that soft hum. That's a full-body tune-up for your nervous system, in less than 2 minutes. And once your body starts remembering that rhythm, that calm, grounded feeling, something else begins to happen. Your balance improves. Your neck relaxes. Your blood flow to the brain gets stronger. You see, there's one last piece that ties everything together, a part of the body most people ignore, yet it holds one of the biggest keys to brain health and stroke prevention. The neck. Because every signal from your brain, every drop of blood traveling upward, every pulse of oxygen your mind depends on, all passes through the neck. And when that pathway stiffens or weakens, it silently affects everything above it. Let's talk about that next. Now, let's talk about something we almost never think about, even though it quietly controls so much of our health, the neck. Think about how often you look down at your phone. Or how you sit when reading or watching TV, chin tucked, shoulders rounded forward, head slightly tilted. It's such a small thing, right? But that simple posture, repeated day after day, slowly teaches your body something dangerous: tension. It tightens the muscles around your neck and shoulders. It restricts the blood flow that carries oxygen to your brain. And even more quietly, it confuses the tiny pressure sensors that keep your blood pressure steady. These sensors are called baroreceptors, small, almost invisible nerve endings that sit on either side of your neck, just above where your pulse beats. Their job is simple but vital: they constantly measure the pressure in your arteries and send that information to your brain. When you stand, they tell your heart to pump a little faster. When you lie down, they tell it to slow down. It's how your body keeps its rhythm. But when those sensors are trapped under years of tension, from stress, poor posture, or stiffness, they stop sending clear messages. Your brain doesn't get the right signals. Your heart rate drifts. Your blood pressure wavers. And the delicate balance between the brain and the heart begins to fade. That's why so many older adults experience dizziness when standing, sudden pressure changes, or lightheadedness that seems to come from nowhere. It's not always the heart's fault, sometimes it's the neck whispering for relief. Now, here's the good news: you can retrain those sensors. You can remind them how to communicate again, gently, naturally, without medication or strain. Here's how. Take a moment to sit tall, or stand if that feels better. Feel your spine lengthen just a little. Relax your shoulders. Let your jaw soften. Now, take a deep, slow breath in through your nose. As you exhale, turn your head gently to the left, just until you feel a soft stretch along the side of your neck. No forcing, no pushing. Just movement. Pause there for a second. Feel your breath moving down into your chest. Now inhale again. And as you exhale, slowly turn your head to the right. Let the movement be smooth, as if your breath is guiding your head, not your muscles. When you're done, bring your chin slightly downward, not a full nod, just a small yes. And take one more deep breath. That's it. That's your neck reset. It may seem small, just turning your head and breathing, but what you're really doing is waking those baroreceptors. You're teaching them again how to sense pressure and respond calmly. And here's something remarkable: the moment those sensors reactivate, your brain immediately begins to regulate blood flow more efficiently. Your heart relaxes. Your balance steadies. Your head feels lighter. You're not just stretching your neck, you're restoring communication between your brain and your body. Most people assume exercises like this are only for flexibility or stiffness. But in truth, this is much deeper. This is your body's language of safety. When your neck moves gently, your brain reads that as a sign that all is well. It shifts you out of survival mode and into recovery mode. Over time, your system begins to regulate itself again, naturally, silently, beautifully. And when you combine this neck reset with the tongue trick and the humming technique, something powerful happens. You're no longer fighting symptoms, you're teaching your nervous system how to remember balance. You're giving your body permission to find calm even in stress, and clarity even in age. Each of these simple acts, 10 seconds with your tongue, a minute of gentle humming, and a slow neck reset, they all share one quiet truth. They bring rhythm back to your life. Because stroke prevention isn't only about medication or numbers on a chart. It's about keeping your body's orchestra in tune, your nerves, your breath, your blood, your calm. And when that rhythm returns, so does your strength, your confidence, and your peace of mind. So take a deep breath. Let your neck soften. And remember, every calm breath you take is a message of health sent straight to your brain. Because when you combine these 3 habits, the tongue trick, the hum, and the neck reset, you're not just reducing stroke risk. You're rebuilding the bridge between mind and body. You're showing your system that it still knows how to protect you. And that's something truly powerful. It can be frightening to think about stroke risk. Especially when you've seen it happen to someone you love. Maybe it was a parent, a neighbor, or even a friend who seemed perfectly fine one day, and then suddenly, everything changed. Those moments stay with you, the hospital lights, the waiting, the silence that follows. They make you wonder, could that happen to me, or is there something I'm missing? And that fear, it's real. But this isn't a story about fear. This is a story about control. Because even as we age, even as our bodies slow down, the truth is, we still have power. Your body still remembers how to protect itself. It hasn't forgotten how to heal. It just needs a gentle reminder, a spark of rhythm to wake it up again. Every time you press your tongue to the roof of your mouth, every slow hum that vibrates through your chest, every gentle turn of your neck, you're sending your body that reminder. I am still here. I am still in tune. And that's something no pill, no device, no procedure can replace. It's easy to think that health after 60 means accepting weakness, fragility, or limitation. But maybe, it's actually about rediscovering harmony. Relearning how your body communicates, breath by breath. So, here's my challenge for you, just try one of these habits today. Start simple. Maybe the 10-second tongue trick while you're watching TV tonight, or before you go to bed. You don't need a perfect setup. You don't even need to change your schedule. Just give your body 1 minute of awareness, 1 minute of gentle care. Because 1 minute today becomes 2 tomorrow, and before long, your body starts remembering how to stay calm, steady, and strong on its own. And in that calm, your brain finds its protection. Your heart finds its balance. Your life finds its rhythm again. You are not fragile. You are adaptable. Every cell in your body is designed to adjust, recover, and renew, even now, even after all these years. These tiny moments of care aren't just exercises. They're conversations between you and your body. They tell your brain, you're safe. You can rest now. And when your brain feels safe, it protects you in ways you might never notice, quietly, faithfully, every single day. So take that deep breath, and trust that peace is still possible. Your body is listening. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned together today. 3 gentle daily habits, all backed by both science and tradition, that help keep your nervous system balanced and your brain protected. The 10-second tongue trick, to awaken the vagus nerve and reconnect your body's calm center. The humming breath, to boost oxygen, improve blood flow, and lower stress naturally. And the neck reset, to restore communication between your brain, your heart, and your balance. Simple. Gentle. But deeply powerful. These are the kinds of practices that remind you, healing doesn't always mean doing more. Sometimes it means listening more deeply. Now, I'd love to hear from you, which of these will you try first? Have you already noticed small improvements, like better focus, steadier balance, or calmer sleep? Comment below and share your experience, your story might help someone else find their rhythm again. And if this video helped you feel even a little more connected to your body, please give it a thumbs up, it truly helps this message reach more people who need it. And don't forget to subscribe to Senior Health Wisdom, where we combine timeless practices with modern science, helping you stay strong, aware, and peaceful well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Because here, we believe that wisdom isn't about age, it's about awareness. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, your body's rhythm is still there, waiting to be heard. Stay steady. Stay curious. And I'll see you in the next episode.